So yeah, I just had another topic on my mind today. Um, some shit I wanted to say. My fault. Hold on. Yeah, just give me a little bit. But actually, was it better brighter? I'm pretty sure it's better brighter. Like, no, that's too bright. It's like there. All right. Um. So basically, right. I had this topic on my mind about uh being saved and like expecting someone to go out of their way to save you. And I was thinking about this because, most of my life I was expecting some type of savior figure or somebody, a woman or just a relationship to come out of the blue and fix me and fix the issues that I have internally. And that was an unrealistic standard that was put on me by TV, things I grew up watching, honestly. Um, there's always this trope about, like Beauty and the Beast is a perfect example off the top of my head about, this one guy that's broken and this woman comes out of nowhere and quote unquote saves him or fixes him. And I was always waiting for my bell, you know what I mean? I was always waiting for, somebody to come fix me because that was the type of shit that I grew up watching. Not only examples of that, but just in general. Fuck Disney, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, heavy on fuck Disney, because they just set so many unrealistic standards in my small brain that were unfortunately shattered when I went, and actually experienced things. But like I was saying, I feel like a lot of men have this dream. I wouldn't even say a dream, but yeah, I would say kind of this fantasy of somebody picking them up out of nowhere and getting them on their feet. And now it's like, not even now, but that's just always been something that's, you have to think that that's fantasy, bro. Like, no girl is gonna come out of here and try to save you. You know what I mean? Nobody. It doesn't even have to be a woman. It could be another man. It could be whatever, But nobody's gonna come out their way and pick you up and force you to move and force you to do these things for yourself. You have to go within yourself and find that drive and that fire within you. You can't expect somebody to wake you up every day. You know what I mean? Or somebody to be your reason or give you a reason. You have to find that internally. And that's just something I wish somebody had told me when I was younger, and kind of shattered that illusion that one day I'm just gonna stumble upon my wife and she's just gonna fix me. No, that's not the case. And there's a lot of girls that are just people who say that they can fix, and that's a whole other aspect, is the fixing. Like, that's another thing. You cannot force somebody to change for you. You cannot um you can't force anybody to change. That's something that they have to want for themselves, and that's something that they do on their own, you know? Uh Change is not something you can do for a person. You can't change anybody. A lot of people go into relationships thinking that, maybe if I treat them well, or if I show them this or this, whatever the case may be, whatever is going through that person's mind, it's like, don't enter a relationship trying to change the person. When you enter something like that, you have to accept the person for who they already are and not for what they could be or the potential or anything like that. You know what I mean? Um, and that was just something that was in my mind recently because, like I said, like for a long while, that was something that I struggled with, was hoping and praying that somebody would see me. and somebody would find me at my lowest and pick me up out of it. But that was never what happened, and that never will happen. You have to go get it, bro. Honestly, and that's nothing that you can. There's nothing you can really do about about that. You know, you just have to go out there and start. You have to just go out there and do. You can't wait for a perfect moment or a perfect person or things to align correctly for you to start taking action. That's something that you have to do. You just have to take it into your own hands. Um, but yeah, that was my whole kind of thing that I was thinking about. Um, and also, don't try to change for anybody. You know what I mean? Do it for yourself. Don't try to fix yourself up um, for something external, and look at yourself and your behaviors and be like and analyze them and see what serves you and what doesn't. Don't try to fit somebody else's perfect mold, or don't try to live up to a standard that somebody else put for you. Um, Always strive to be you and stay as yourself. You know what I mean? Find yourself. Uh, whatever that looks like. A lot of people when you give them the advice of, be yourself, um, it's so cliche, and sometimes it just people don't really internalize that because they don't know themselves. And that's something that, I can't tell you who you are. You just have to put yourself in positions and scenarios to find that version of you. You just have to go out there and like I said, and just take action and start living your life. Just don't sit around waiting for something, you know, for a miracle. That's not how that works. You have to be there at a certain moment, at a certain time, doing something in order to receive one. You have to be open to a miracle. You have to be deserving of one. You know what I mean? You don't just $1 million is not just gonna fall out the sky for you, bro. Your perfect girl won't just fall out the sky for you, bro. You have to build a foundation and something everlasting for that to come to you. It's like everybody says this, but it's like, instead of chasing the butterflies, why not build a beautiful garden so that the butterflies come to you? And that's another misconception, is that things will come to you. You have to also go seeking things. You can build all you want, but nobody's really gonna come seek you if you're not open to that. So also be open to things. You know what I mean? That's a whole other thing. But that was all that was really on my mind. I will get back to other types of content, but it's just games are so dry. I'm the only one. Like, games are so ass right now. Like, GTA 6 is like the saving grace of like the gaming industry. Honestly, I feel like it's gonna. That's a whole other topic, but like, I'm dead ass just waiting for like games like that. Like, there is nothing to play, dude. Like, everything is so shit, bro. Like, fuck. But I'll see if I could go ahead and try to make other more creative videos. I'm gonna test out a bunch of things, like vlogs are coming, all different types of shit. Honestly, but yeah, that was all I really had on my mind. So, but I hope this video impacted you in a helpful way, and I hope this uh this helped you get on your feet and start start going out there and taking action instead of just sitting around and waiting for something to take you out of that hole that you dug yourself. Honestly, I mean, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was your circumstances or something had happened, but you can't let external forces rule your life. At a point, you have to blame yourself for what happens and what you're allowing to happen. A lot of things that are fucking you up could be because you're allowing people into your life. You're allowing people to tell you certain things. You're allowing just whatever it is. And once you start listening to your gut, your intuition, and you find that voice within your head telling you, what you should do, or like I said, listening to that intuition, showing you when things aren't right for you, or pushing you to make certain decisions. Don't fight it. Embrace it, and actually, move forward with it. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all later, I guess. Love y'all.